Hello everyone. Haven't streamed in a while, but it just popped into my head that, oh, actually, I could stream indeed. So I'm going to. Today, what I'm gonna do is work on my Rust tools. Oclaner, which I recently made a video on, it's like the latest video so far. There is a feature that I want to add. Right now, by default, all the words end up being joined by spaces. So like we do Oclaner 5, and as you can see there are spaces here, and actually I should do this as well. And also live chat, because top chat removes some messages almost randomly. Alright, so what I want to add is the ability to pick the character that joins all of these. I hope it's going to be straightforward, but this is Rust, so there might be some type magic, which is going to be annoying. But first of all, what I want to do, no, not this, let's do Rust type something. I guess not. Inlay. So right now I have the like reborrows actually shown, which I think is very useful, but they're postfix and I realize that it's not particularly readable. I want always prefix. Nice. Yep, that's good. Cool. Next thing I want to do is the clap library for Rust, which is a CLI parser. I think I want to use that. However, what I want to do here is in Oclaner, you just specify the number. There's no option needed to be used to specify this value. It's just the value. I want, if possible, to include an optional option, therefore it's called an option, that you could pass, which would replace spaces with your character. Yeah. But even though you can do that, you still just specify the number last, rather than having to rely on an option. That would be ideal. So let's Google this. Rust clap, or actually clap. And this automatically searches in crates.io, and here we go. Okay, a simple to use, efficient, and full-featured command line argument parser. So imagine if it's full-featured, there should be an option to just specify the last argument. I imagine so. It's a very interesting graphic. Very, very interesting. Okay. Docs are here. So let's just read them. Derive tutorial and reference, builder tutorial and reference, cookbook, okay, aspirations, I don't care, example. Okay, so interesting. Adding features derive. Is that necessary? Huh. Then define your CLI in main rs. So we get parser, which I imagine is a trait. We derive parser and debug to look at it. And then command author version about long about none. What? So we have struct args. Name is an arg, both short and long. And then count, short, long, but default value is 1. So we have default values, so I imagine there is a way to not require an option. Not sure what that is. So we parse arguments. Holy shit, that's actually so cool. And in the range from 0 to count, we'll print the name. Interesting. Okay. Demo help, simple to use, efficient, blah blah blah. I guess it's actually called demo. Interesting. So it even gives you a binary. Interesting, huh? Okay. Related projects, modules, macros, structs, enums, traits. Okay, I think we should look at parser and how we can give it a feature. Okay, from arg matches, command factory and sized. We have parse, naturally, try parse, parse from, try parse from, update from, try update from, blah blah blah. This trait is primarily a convenience on top of this and this, which uses those two underlying traits to build the two fundamental functions parse uses. And parse from, which allows the consumer to supply the iterator, along with fallable options for each. Cool. Deriving requires the derive feature flag. Yeah, I noticed that. Kinda strange that it's not like included by default, but I imagine that if you have to specify what you want specifically, you kind of like get to choose. Well, this isn't particularly useful to learn, I guess. Are there more examples? Is what I'm thinking of. Hold up, let me message a friend who knows how to use this shit. Alright. I hope he'll help me. But so far, what we will do is just add the package itself first. So let's just paste the command and boop it. And I think, yeah, I have it opened in VS Code. That's interesting. So I guess you can just add features and maybe even remove them, like some of them, potentially. That's interesting, having this fine-grained control. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's use clap parser. Actually, first of all, let's toggle, no, not fucking spell checking. Restart, yes, restart the server. So we have IntelliSense for Clap. Low-key annoying that you need to restart the entire fucking server rather than it being like automatically, oh, there's a new package, therefore I need to add the IntelliSense for it. Fortunately not. Any day now. It's wild that even C# takes less to load up compared to Rust, which I guess makes sense. But also, like, goddamn, it's running like every single thing in existence. Here we go. Interesting that parser is mentioned as a function. Okay, so we have struct, and I think naming it args is very, like, it makes a lot of sense. And for now, I'm going to do the worse version of having to specify a flag for a mount. So, what are the two things that we may possibly need? The first one is a mount of type U64. We might as well, right? Give the user the ability to print that many words. It's just kind of weird to limit them at however much U32 is. It's a lot, and it's more than you will ever need, but you might as well allow the user to use unsigned 64. I don't see why not. And then we do something like derive, I think. Short arg. So we use the we use the attribute arg. Okay. Arg. Wait, no. Arg short. Is there no IntelliSense for this? Really? I guess not. Kinda unfortunate, but I guess you learn it and you figure it out. Let's copy it. Wait. I guess we first have to derive and then do other stuff. Okay, derive parser and sure debug. I don't see why not. While we're working on it, then when we don't need it, maybe we'll delete it. Okay. And this now works. Cool. So we have amount and joiner, I think, is a good name. Joiner, which should be, I wonder, string. I mean, yeah, we could, but I was thinking like a static string slice so we don't add stuff to the heap because we don't need to. Alright, let's try it. I'm not sure if it will work. Let me guess. Specify, yeah. So static. Does this work? Almost. What's this? Exists for, oh Jesus Christ, but its straight bounds were not satisfied. Alright, that's not particularly helpful. Okay, sure. String then. I'll be normal, I guess. Now, what the fuck is command? I think I might understand what this means. It's probably like the help thing. Yeah, it's probably the help thing. So, how do we figure out? Is that a macro? Isn't that a, what's it called? Attribute? Structs. Built a command line interface. I don't think that's a struct. And there's no like listing of attributes, which is sort of confusing. I don't really know how attributes work in any language for that matter. For me, it's just kind of magic so far. Maybe it is that. It's lowercase. So that seems okay. Allows you to build the command instance from your cargo toml at compile time. Changing the values in your cargo toml does not trigger rebuild automatically, and therefore won't change the generated output until you recompile. Fair enough. In some cases, you can trick the compiler into triggering a rebuild when your cargo toml is changed by including this in your blah blah blah. That's fair, but it's a bit like crazy, you know? Command get matches. Well, this isn't particularly useful. It's kind of hard to figure out. Like, true, I can figure out how to use it, but not to an amazing extent. Unstable doc. So documentation can be unstable too. That's crazy. I imagine those are private. Usually in languages, when you put an underscore before something, it means private or maybe protected. Not sure when I'm supposed to. Okay, sure, derived tutorial maybe. Oh, is that why it's private? Like, it's not supposed to be part of the program, I guess. It's just the tutorial. Strange, okay. You can create an application declaratively with a struct and some attributes. Parser and subcommand. Okay, so we derive parser on this struct. Still unsure what the fuck this is. Hold up. From your cargo toml, let's look at our toml. So we have name, author version about. Author is not here. I imagine you can specify it. Author. Self-blur. I usually capitalize it. Right, I can disable the Pomodoro timer because it doesn't particularly work for a stream, I think. Will this work? Who knows? Okay, so we have author version. Version is specified. About, long about. Okay, this is, I think, where an amazing person will be very helpful to us. He provided a previous pull requests that I didn't merge because it was too big out of the scope of the project. The changes are good themselves, but outside of the scope of the project. They would be good for a different project, but regardless, I want to look at the changes. Add documentation to code and add more CLI options with collab. So yeah, let's look at these. There's probably some way to like just look at the file. Wait, no, cargo lock is not something that we need to be actively looking at. So we just add about a CLI app which generates random words. I mean, yeah, we could add that, but it's not like the first thing. With features derived. Oh, that's cool. So you can just specify them there. Can I just look at the file? Cool. Main module that handles and runs the uCloner program. Isn't that obvious, or is that like some special comment? I'm not sure. Considering the exclamation mark at the start, probably. I mean, it's called main RS. Yeah, obviously it's the main module that handles them, blah blah blah. So I imagine it appears somewhere, maybe like in docs, which is why it's there. Yeah, those are doc comments as well. I really dislike commenting my code. It makes reading it much more difficult. And changing it too. But it's technically a good thing to be doing. So we have clap command, which we've seen already, and parser. Okay, so we derive parser, command version about, and long about is none. Command next line help true. Interesting. So next line is the help. I don't quite get it. So we have args. The number of words that should be printed on the std out. So we have short, long, default value is 5, which should be 1 actually. Value parser, amount in range. U16 feels like too small. Sure, you'll like break your terminal if you try to go for bigger, but you might as well give the ability to, right? The issue that I currently have is the fact that I don't know how to reach this in the docs. Like, where is that? It's not quite listed, I don't think. Print words that start with the word or letter provide. Right, this is the change that I didn't like in his merge request. Because uCloner is hyper-specific. I took 10,000 words, removed the first 1,000 because they are too common, and then removed all the words that are under 5 characters. Adding extra features like these to a program that's this specific and limited is very strange. It's counterintuitive. Like, yeah, we removed all the words less than 5 characters, but you can still do starts with, ends with, and length. That's weird. Like, this would make a lot of sense if we Hold up. It's the morning. Give me some slack. This would make sense in a program that has more words, maybe like 20k, and doesn't filter them automatically and giving you options to filter it differently. Then, yeah. Length of the words printed out. Yeah. Once again, what is that? Ah. Okay, I see. Range inclusive view size. I see. Okay. So, in other words, amount and range, 100 is too little. So what's happening here, as far as I understand it, value parser is basically restrict the values from this to this in a range, and amount and range, wait, well, I guess not. So it's not to functions that uses those constants. I see. So yeah, this is basically the filterer, helper function that sets a condition to check whether the amount provided is in the range of this. So yeah, and we use the ranges. 100 is too little though, and so is this. I think there are, wait, how many characters is 16 characters? Surely there are words longer than that. I guess he checked, and that's probably correct. Okay. So we have short, long, but right. But there's a way of command, subcommand, right? Option of commands, and we have enum. I don't know how I feel about these comments. You can check the value provided by positional arguments or option arguments. I guess, yeah, it's a helpful comment. Kidnap at Gmail. Interesting how it splits them out. Interesting to see that you can even do that. About, long about is none because it's too big. Arg long. Well, okay. I don't quite get it. So this is a subcommand, option of commands, and commands is an enum. So either this enum or none. And test, I imagine, is a struct. Yeah, I mega don't get it. Let's take a small break and try to alleviate the pressure in my brain. Okay, let's go over things. I know how to use the simple thing of long and short options. In that way, when you use the command, you have to use an option, some option, for everything. Actually, this shouldn't be a string. Fuck. This shouldn't be a string, it should be a char. Cool, that works. Is char owned? Yeah, obviously. Yeah, it's on the stack. Okay. So I know how to do that. What I don't know is how to pretty much make something an argument that is like the default argument that you don't have to specify an option for, because that's very useful in usual programs. Like imagine if you, anytime you cd, you also have to do some flag like cd directory or something. That would be so annoying, but no, you just specify the directory. Same about echo. There's the last argument, which is automatically expected to be the argument. So imagine there's probably a way to do the same thing in clap. However, it's kind of difficult to figure out. Okay, let's just do the thing first. Let's try using it the way we usually do. That's so interesting. Why do we get a reference to get amount? Huh. Okay, let args parse, and boom, we get our arguments. And then in amount, we do args amount. Expected U size found EU64. Good to know. Then U size, boop, and it works. However, it's pretty strange that it is highlighted in green. What is it? Function call. See, that's the thing, it isn't, right? Or maybe we are implicitly calling the getter of it, and I guess that's what happens specifically. And here we just args char, which should work. Wait, joiner I meant. We expected a string slice. Fuck. Let's look at join and whether we can do this better. So join on a vec, right? words is a vec. Is that it? Or this? That's a trait. I guess that's not it. Slice join. A dynamically is... Oh, okay. I wonder, can I do this? Yeah, oh, no I can't. Still a reference to character, which makes sense. See, I only want to allow okay, I'll add the feature of being able to put whatever you want. Fine. And this should work once we put a reference. Correct. Where is the error that we're having? Unused, because it used to be. Okay. Let's go back to uCloner. Hold up. Oh, it's because we're on timer. Right. So, car amount 5 joiner is a space. 2 spaces, sure. Just try it out. Unexpected argument A. Why is it unexpected? Isn't short, like, doesn't short mean dash A? Just pass A as a value, blah blah blah. Maybe that's because we also need to command. Okay, let's look at that. Version about, okay, so author about long about is none. Let's try this again. What do you mean unexpected arguments? That I don't get. It thinks dash A is an argument. Oh, I see, because it thinks I'm passing dash A to cargo. Not to my command, but to cargo. I see. That's strange. But it makes sense. I just recently saw another person having this exact issue in a help channel in the Rust server. So that's why I figured it out. Otherwise, I would spend more time trying to, like, pick my brain. Once it downloads, like, everything, we'll get this. However, I'm still not a fan, particularly, of having to specify an option for amount. And there's no obvious, like, oh, attributes, look at them, the documentation that I could just learn. I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to be looking for them to make amount be the default argument at the end. Compiling every single dependency. Could you, like, I don't know, bin install all of them or something? Jesus, it takes a long time. See, when I'm recording a video, I could just, like, pause and then cut it perfectly to, like, and then we run this. First I get the error. Yeah. First of all, it works, which is really cool. But how this would be in the video, I, like, specify this, and it specifies this error. And then I spend my time trying to figure it out. And then I act like I knew this whole entire time. I would be like, you would think this would work, but actually, cargo things -a is an argument to cargo. And to go around that, you use double hyphens. Once again, like, acting like I knew to begin with. And then it, like, immediately compiles, and I'm like, and here it works, you know? But streaming is a very different experience. Especially when you're stuck on something. So I like this already because... let's try this again. 2S unfortunately doesn't work here. No. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, God damn it. I imagine I can do it like this. Weird, I know, but I think it should work. What are you compiling again? Ma'am, your PC may take off. Is it really that loud? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's kind of loud now that I hear it. But yeah, can't do much about it. I guess I have a few windows, but still. It just compiled everything, so I don't get why it's compiling again. Nothing changed. I just passed different arguments, that's all. I mean, technically, I could just use the binary itself, because it obviously doesn't parse the arguments on compile time. So yeah. Tightlines88, I'm pretty sure on Discord your name is the Sast, if I remember correctly, right? Yes. Basically, what I'm doing is making Uklaner better. And I'm trying to use the CLI parser to do that. What I just implemented is the ability to specify the joiner character, which is why I can now join them by new line, making him like that, or the default of space, which I guess we should specify. So amount default, please help me, IntelliSense. Okay, default value t. No idea why t, but sure. Default value t. Or is that specifically for strings? See, no clue, because I don't know where to look for that, you know? But default value t is 1. I guess it works. Default, but what is t once again? String from a space. Let's try this again, but now we don't specify anything, and it should by default just give us a single word. Then we will specify the amount and see if it's spaces by default to join them. Oh my god, I have the funniest idea. in 2 cargo runs, I'm gonna show it to you. I beg of you, please don't recompile the dependencies. Please. There was some Rust tool, Rust cache or something. Okay, so it gave us one word. So Rust cache, if I remember correctly, it might be named differently though. It basically makes compiling faster with caching. I should install it, but I don't remember what it's called. Okay, and then dash A2, and it should not panic because there's a default and it's a space. Great, that's actually amazing because yeah, 2 and the joiner is this. Let's check if this works. Very often, yes, it works, holy shit. Very often, I need multiple cloners, usually to make random file names which are readable. So I have this function in fish, actually ff functions for ffmpeg functions. So I have this function that turns every MP4 file. Well, I guess technically every file overall, but it's intended to be used for MP4 files, into MP3 files, and to name those MP3 files, I use 2 cloners, which is very inefficient. It's more than fast enough, it really doesn't matter, but it's technically inefficient and kinda lame, you know? Now being able to specify this dash, which is why I have to use 2 cloners to begin with, is very helpful. So now I can immediately do this. So ucloner dash A, so for amount is 2, and joiner is this. Boom. However, let's first cargo build to release, so I can put the binary in the correct place. God, I love vaping so much. Gets banned and demonetized immediately. I'm in a weird position. Why is it recompiling the... Oh, release. I'm so sorry. I was gonna yell at it. Stop recompiling the dependencies! You have them! I'm in a weird position, which is both good and bad, where I don't have to worry about getting demonetized because I'm in Russia and I don't get money to begin with from this YouTube channel. But on the other hand, I don't get the money, which is also bad. I might have gotten like $1, maybe, possibly at this point. I don't know, honestly. But yeah. Which is, I guess, why I don't make that many videos recently. I'm a stat nerd, and seeing like 10 out of 10, which is ironically a very bad thing for a YouTuber to see, every time I open YouTube Studio, and people like leaving angry comments about the smallest things, all of that is not very rewarding, let's say that. So that's why I don't make that many videos. If I was paid for them, it would be a different thing, because there would be more of a reason to do so. Oh, interesting. The megabytes of it increased. Yeah, so Reason why I don't upload that much recently is because I kind of burned out, and I'm refocusing again on making videos because I want to make videos, and if I don't want to, I don't. To help my mental health, basically. So we have Oklaner updated. So now I can just call Oklaner, but 5 no longer works because unexpected argument, which means that I have to now always do this, which is like, that's pretty annoying. Right, I wanted to show you something. They're now joined by Among Us characters, which I find hilarious. God damn. I think anytime the cats notice my speech, they start meowing, which annoys me to no end, because like, I'm streaming. I can't pet you right now. Right, what happens if help? Recliner help. Cool. Well, this is interesting. Oklaner and says options, kinda implying that there can also be arguments. Well, isn't that nice? Okay, fuck yeah. So we have amount, joiner. Oh, that's cool. It even shows the defaults. Oh, this is cool. Fuck, I love that. By the way, who uses -H for help? I always use -- help because you can never guess for programs whether they have the -H flag. Maybe it even means something else entirely. But -- help is very consistent, even more consistent than man pages. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, I always use -- help. -H is kind of unreliable, so I almost want to remove -H, but I realize that it's like bad to do so, I guess. Yeah, so this implies that you can indeed add what is essentially a subcommand, and we noticed doing so somewhere here. So let's try it out, but before that, actually, let's commit. Let's commit. And I guess it will just be called use clap. Use clap. Inspired by Neon MMD. I never know. Is like on GitHub, is your nickname the same as your nickname? I guess not. Wait. No, this is the visible name, but this is the nickname. Gotcha. Cool. I guess I shouldn't close that yet. Might be more useful stuff to learn from. Am I doing like an asshole thing? Somebody gave me a PR, and I'm like, not quite, but I'm still using their knowledge to make my program better. Feels kind of like strange, you know? Okay, so we have arc short command subcommand. How the fuck do we use this? I have no clue. I have no idea. Okay, so it has an attribute command with subcommands. Okay, so this makes this a subcommand, and command is of option commands. Where is it used though? So I have config name. What about command? Match command. Okay. Some command test, but if none, we do nothing. I see. You can check for the existence of subcommands, and if found, use their matches just as you would a top level CMD. Okay. I kinda see what that means. Commands test list. Do we have to use an enum? Okay, let's try this out. Let's try this out. Command sub. Please help me out. Subcommand amount option, because it can potentially not be specified. Option of use size. Please work. Almost does. Oh, I see. I need to fetch first. Gotcha. So we have to use our own thing that we will derive on. Okay. Let's get fetch first. And now this command should work. What do you mean? Sure, get pull. Like, do the thing. I have divergent branches and need to specify how to reconcile them. The fuck does this mean? Need to specify how to reconcile divergent branches. Wait, what? Well, hold up. No. Then not. Then rebase, I guess. Maybe this. No, I guess not. Setup or something. Install. Okay. Right, and now git push. Okay. So subcommand. No clue, by the way. No idea. Derive subcommand. Yes, do this. I hate that Clippy doesn't automatically less your output. Like, I have to fucking scroll back. It's so annoying. I could use bacon, but putting it up every single time is just kinda annoying. Only supports enums. Makes sense because it's a subcommand enum, but this is not how it works. I do realize that this is stupid so far. And here it has, so I guess this is the subcommand. And here we are back at it again. This is a subcommand, meaning it's words, and you can't use it to, like, mean a number. Fuck, this is so annoying. Isn't this like a very obvious thing that you want to do very often? Hiding the simplest things behind a required option is like, ugh. Oh, I love this. Debug mode is kind of on. Don't be crazy. It's actually pretty cool. What do we set for debug to do that? It's so cute. Don't be crazy. Alright, name. How the fuck do we do that? And here we don't even specify anything. Hold up. I might have been doing it stupidly this entire time. Just string. I guess so. Huh. Interesting. Is there like wrap in an option? No. I mean, to be fair, that's way too specific to be there, but would be cool. Right, so, it's that simple. Maybe I'm blind, but maybe it's not very obvious. Unwrap or one. Brilliant, but wait, no, it's not a string. Use size. Cool, hold up. This is sounding amazing. Let's car it. And that by itself should be already like just a single word. I have a cat right here with me, and she's purring in the sun, which I will point out, I hate the sun. Okay, so this works exactly how we wanted to, and we can add the joiner of Amogus symbol. And then 5. Does this work correctly? Fuck yeah! Big thank you to Neon MMD, who even like suggested, and better yet, made a whole fucking PR implementing a bunch of changes from which I could learn from. Unfortunate that they're out of the scope of the project, so I can't just merge them because I disagree with the direction they're going. But I'm very thankful to him because this actually pushed me to learn Clap and use it. And right now, it does exactly what I want, which is amazing. I doubt this will work. I very much doubt it. Yeah, but that's honestly a good thing. Who knows? Yeah, it's a good thing that we can guarantee. I broke it. Nothing is fucking working in this shitty fish Vim mode. It's so limited. Yeah, I know. 3 spaces I want. Or maybe a tab. Is this an actual tab? Doesn't seem to be. Hold up. I can control Q, tab. I don't know, maybe it's a tab, maybe it's not. What? Oh, it's being... It doesn't understand what I'm doing. Okay. Joiner of Control Q. No, Control Q, tab. Oh, like 5. Oh, now it works. It's literally random. That's hilarious. I love that. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is nice. and it's a clean commit as well. Amount doesn't require an option anymore. Boop. Done. Done. Now what I want to do is no, not the usual one, cobber for release, so I can take the binary and put it. No clue how I'm supposed to be doing it, but I think I should version bump as well. Right? I think it's like a milestone. Version 0.1.1, or maybe even 0.2. It has breaking chain. No, it doesn't, actually. I don't know anything about Semver, so I'm like just kind of winging it. Okay, sure, version this. Right. We build it for release already. Let's take it. And go to binaries, which now has Cloner updated. Binaries is just my repository with random, well, can you guess what? Binaries that I hold. So here I have a symlink to the browser, so shit works on Linux. Short tracker, I have temp here, which let me show it off. What's the temperature here? Oh, it's just taking a long time. 13, I use Celsius, but not everyone does, so I can 13C, and I get it in, yes, in Fortnite, sure, why not? And here I hold Oclaner as well. Why like this, you may ask? It's just kind of easier to manage, because I just get my binaries, like I get clone binaries, and it clones automatically all the tools that I consistently use. Like Win32Yank, for example, too. It's very easy to track, I guess. Then some huge folder, like .cargo bin. But what if some tool isn't in Rust? Then I have to figure out what the fuck this would be. Well, it wouldn't be on Linux, but it's a whole different thing. Same about Win32Yank. Well, I guess it's written in Rust, but regardless, just easier to manage, I guess. So now Oclaner lets me specify 5. Oh, actually, amazing. In other words, ff functions, this works even better now. 2x the joiner is that, and then 2. Let's check out the help of Oclaner. That's cool. That's cool. I love that. Yeah, nice. Let's update ff functions. So now this function is a bit more efficient because it doesn't need to call the cloner twice, only once. And since that's the case, I might as well make it 3. I don't see why not. And now let's go to dot files. Fuck, that's a lot. YTDLP, let's check out what's here. Actually, this is easier to do. So we changed MP43. That doesn't really matter, neither does this. Okay. Let's git add everything, I guess, and then git restore staged this. Nice. I did exactly what I wanted to do. Let's commit this. YTGLP doesn't allow spaces in names anymore because it had some issue when I was trying to download stuff previously. It couldn't merge it because it couldn't find the file, and I'm not sure how to solve it better than this. And MP43 uses updated version of uCloner. Great. All right. I did what I wanted to do. And right now I'm going to be ending stream. Thank you for watching, everybody. VOD Frogs, I hope you enjoyed this, and goodbye.